Hey, Rachel, are you there? I just heard that our grandpa had some kind of accident and he fell over. Is everything okay? What's going on with him? Do you have any idea?
Troy, what are you talking about? Yes, Grandpa did have a little health scare and collapse, but that was about a month ago. Why are you just asking after him now?
Yeah, I'm really, really sorry about that. But the thing is that my phone just stopped working.
You mean you haven't had a working phone for the past month? Do you not have money to buy a new one or something like that? Please don't tell me that you quit your job again, Troy.
No, nothing like that. I just forgot to pay my phone bill, so it stopped working because they stopped service. But I still have my work phone, so I can text whoever I want, no problem. It just took me a while to figure out how to get it to work the way I wanted it to.
And so that's why no one has been able to reach you by phone for this whole time?
Yeah, pretty much. So anyways, back to Grandpa. Is he doing okay? What was the situation like?
So you mean that you really were worried about Grandpa then?
Of course I was worried. That man practically raised us. Besides, I know you know that him and I have a bit of a history.
Well then, you should have tried harder to reach out to someone and let them know you were concerned. But anyways, Grandpa's out of the hospital now and he's back at home. Although, we are all just a bit worried if something like that ever happens again. I mean, he certainly isn't getting any younger, and as sad as it is, he just isn't as strong as he used to be. I've actually been staying with him on and off because I've been so nervous about leaving him alone.
You mean you went back to actually live with Grandpa for a little while?
Yeah, that's what I just said. After all, you and I are basically all the family that Grandpa has left now. And he's the one family that we have, besides each other.
Well, I'm just glad to hear that he was okay after his fall. I was really worried.
Well, if you're really that worried about him, why not go and pay him a visit at home?
I really don't think that he would want to see me at all. I mean, the whole reason I moved out of the house is because him and I were always fighting. Remember?
I know, but you can't really pretend that you didn't have any role in starting those fights too. I mean, are we really going to pretend like the last fight that you two had wasn't over you scamming someone out of money? Did you know that Grandpa had to pay them back so they wouldn't go after you? If you're really that worried about our Grandpa's health, then I think you really owe it to him to visit him in the hospital.
But then, doesn't this mean that you do think that he'll actually get mad at me if I go back?
I would be surprised if he didn't get mad at you. Yes, Troy. But the fact of the matter is that he is really starting to get old, and I think that more than holding on to old grudges, Grandpa just wants to make things right with you. I know you don't want to leave things the way they are with him, right?
No, I really don't want to leave things as they are between him and I.
Actually, that reminds me that you and I have something to talk about later.
What do you mean? What do we need to discuss?
We need to talk about the fact that I really don't think that Grandpa should be living on his own at his age and in his state. But I'm working a job that wants me to be in the office every single day, and are very strict about it. Personally, I wish that I could go home and just help take care of Grandpa instead, but it just wouldn't work. I've suggested to him that he move into a retirement home or something like that, but he says he doesn't feel quite ready to take that step yet.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, his house is pretty big to be living in all by himself now that you mention it. I doubt that he can even manage to keep it all clean by himself, right?
Exactly. That's what has got me so worried. And so that's why I was thinking of going over there to visit with him soon. And I was wondering if you would want to come with me. I really think it would be good if you did.
Are you really sure that he wants to see me? I just don't know how to feel about this at all.
Well, why don't you at least try seeing him? If things go bad, then you don't have to do it again. I mean, the whole reason why you reached out to me in the first place is because you were worried, right? It's up to you, but I really do think it's high time that you settled your problems for Grandpa.
Okay. When I have some time off of work, I'll think about what I want to do.
Okay then. I won't say anything else about it in that case. The rest is all up to you, Troy. I just hope you make the right choice.
Hey, Rachel. You aren't going to believe it. I made up with Grandpa. Things are totally fine between us now.
Wait, what? You mean that you went to go and speak to him face to face?
Yeah, I did. And I told him how sorry I was for everything up until then. And then he said that he forgave me.
I see. Well, that is really, really good news, Roy. To be honest, I wasn't sure if he would ever go as far as forgiving you. But if that's what Grandpa wanted to do, then it's beyond me to say anything about it.
Well, I just want you to know that I really did just feel about the way that we left things. And when I did go to see Grandpa and I saw how frail and weak he had become, well, I just knew what I had to do then. I realized that I should have done what I did a long time ago. After all, he was the one who took us in and raised us after our parents died.
I know, and now that man is 80 years old. So if you really want to make things right with him, I think there is plenty for you to do.
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing. That's why I decided to move in with Grandpa. I want to make up for all the lost time we had before it's too late.
Wait a second, what? You mean that you're really going to move in with Grandpa? But what about your job? What are you going to do about that?
Well, actually, I'm working a job kind of similar to you, Rachel.
You mean that you're a freelancer? Well, what kind of work do you do then? Because I didn't know that.
Oh, I just do a bunch of business online. You know, normal stuff.
I figured that you do stuff for your job. It's what kind of stuff you do that I want to ask about.
I'm kind of like a temp, basically. People just send me odd jobs to do and I take care of them, and that's that.
And you're telling me that you make enough to eat on odd jobs?
I mean, it also helps that my wife also has her part-time job. Thanks to her, we can live just a bit more comfortable.
Hold on a second. Did you just say your wife? You're married?
Oh, oops. Did I let that slip just now? The truth is that we're not married, but we did go through the civil ceremony, so we are married on paper.
And so then you would be moving into Grandpa's house with your wife in this case?
That was the plan. Yeah.
And did you even talk to Grandpa at all about this when you went to go see him?
Yep. And he said it was fine. He didn't have any problem with me bringing my wife along.
I see. Well, I guess it would make watching him easier if there were more people around the house. But your wife is really okay with the two of you doing this as well? Like, she doesn't mind moving in with our grandpa?
No, not at all. We talked about it and she said it sounded like a great idea. She was actually really proud of me for doing this.
I see. Well, okay. This is kind of a lot of information to take in all at once, if I'm being honest.
No, I understand. I should have said something to you about the wedding. I'm sorry about that.
You really should have. I mean, you're my brother, and I haven't even met the woman that you're married to. I should go over and make myself known to her.
Well, you don't have to worry about it. It's too out of the way for you. Besides, I'm sure you're really busy with work, right?
But this is really, really important. Besides, if she's going to be looking after Grandpa, I think that I really should. Anyways, when were you all thinking of moving?
We were actually going to move around the end of the month.
Oh, great. Well, then I can come over and help you all pack and get ready, and tell your wife how grateful I am for her going along with this. Now, please tell me that you don't have any other huge life news to drop on me right now, okay?
You're right. I'm sorry. I guess it all kind of spilled out when I just wanted to tell you that I was going to be moving there.
That's okay. Anyways, I'll call Grandpa on the phone tomorrow and talk to him a little about this. And please let me know when you have a solid move-in date, okay?
Hey there, Rachel. It's been a while since we last talked. How have you been?
Oh, wow, Neil. I haven't heard from you in forever. How are things going with you?
Things are going all right. But I heard that you're living in New York these days. Is that true?
Yes, it is true.
I see. Well, do you ever go back home to visit your grandpa ever?
Of course I do. I actually was just there maybe last month to see him.
I see.
What do you mean? Why did you ask me that question, actually?
Well, it's just that I was leaving out earlier today walking my dog, and I thought that I saw your dad out there walking on the street. Called out to him, though, and he told me that he lived in the city now.
Wait, hold on. He really said that? But that doesn't make any sense. My brother is supposed to be living with him at his house.
Well, yeah, but it really didn't sound like your dad was joking around or anything like that. Not only that, but his clothes looked real shabby. Honestly, I thought he was a homeless person until I recognized him.
Did he really look that bad?
Yeah, it seemed like he had been out of the house for at least a few days by that point.
But when I called my brother to ask about how things were going, he said that Grandpa was doing great. Are you telling me that my brother actually just threw him out?
Wait, what? Your brother and your grandpa are talking again? I remember the last time that you and I chatted, you were telling me about how Troy ran away from the house after scamming someone.
Yes, and all of that really did happen. But recently, Troy went to go visit Grandpa, and I thought he had a change of heart. He told me that seeing Grandpa made him regret all that he'd done and made him want to do better, and I believed him.
Wow, if he really threw his own grandpa out of his house, that's cold. But anyways, I just want you to know that I took your grandpa in and I'm letting him rest at my house. Is that okay?
Did you really do that? Oh, Neil, I don't know what to say. That's so kind of you. I'm really sorry, but I'm going to try and get back to the city as soon as I can. Please let me know if anything happens to my grandpa.
That's okay. It's no problem at all. You just be careful coming back here, okay? I get wanting to come back quickly, but your safety has to come first. I mean, you won't be much good to anyone if you're taken out in a wreck and end up in the hospital or worse.
You're right. I'll try and be careful. And thank you so much for everything, Neil.
Hey there, Rachel. I was just wondering if you heard from Grandpa lately.
Grandpa? I don't think so. Why do you ask?
I see. So I guess that means you haven't really heard about anything going on at the house here?
Anything going on at the house? I'm not sure what you mean by that. What's supposed to be going on?
I'm talking about Grandpa and the house here. Do you really not know anything? I could really use your help with this.
I am sorry, but I really don't know what you're talking about. Besides, aren't you at home with Grandpa? Why do you think I would know any more than someone actually there?
Well, the thing is that I think the house has been sold and we're being kicked out. I was out running errands and I just got back to the house, and when I did, there was a sold sign across the front. Not only that, but all of my stuff and my wife's stuff were strewn all around the yard.
So it was just you and your wife's stuff. None of Grandpa's stuff was thrown out?
Aha! I knew it. I knew that you knew something about what was going on. Did you do this? Did you toss out our stuff like this?
The only person who did anything around here is you. So why don't you start by explaining what you did to Grandpa, huh? Because I heard that you kicked him out of his own home. How could you do that to the only family that we had left?
I didn't do anything. That old man got up and left the house himself.
Oh, please. You really think that I'm going to buy that, Troy? I know that you and your wife kicked him out on the streets.
It really isn't like that at all, Rachel. This is all just part of a plot that Grandpa came up with. I knew that he didn't really forgive me for what I did in the past.
And just what do you think this has to do at all with whether or not he's forgiven you?
Because he was setting me up. He lured my wife and I into moving in with him, and now he's left the house and is trying to leave us with nowhere to live too.
You must really think that I'm an idiot if you think I'm going to believe a word of this. You brought this on yourself.
What do you mean by that? You mean you're really going to take Grandpa's side over mine?
Let's just get something straight here. You have a lot of debt right now, don't you?
Of course not. You really think I would ever do that after my experiences when I was younger?
Of course I do. Because the thing is that you don't learn. In fact, I hired a PI to look into you, And I know for a fact that you're about $30,000 in debt. And I understand that about a third of that was borrowed from less than reputable sources.
Wait, when did you find all of this out?
Oh, just about 2 weeks ago, I'd say. I started looking into you as soon as I made sure Grandpa was okay. But now that I've done my homework, your actions are starting to make a lot more sense now.
Wait, no, Rachel, you really are getting this all wrong. I swear. It's true, I do have debt, but my situation is really, really dire. I don't have any money for myself. And the whole reason why I'm in so much debt now is because I'm trying to start my own business.
So then, where did you and your wife go out to today?
We just went out a little. Surely we're at least allowed to do that, right?
Not if the where the two of you went was a casino. And you've been there since early this morning. In fact, I know that you two have been going there almost every day for a while now. You don't even have a job, do you? You just spend all day throwing your money away at the slot machine. And this whole thing about you moving in with Grandpa was all just so that you could steal his house, wasn't it?
But we had no other choice. We were going to be evicted.
Well then, you shouldn't have taken out all of those loans in the first place. You really haven't changed at all. I can't believe that I ever trusted a word that you were saying. And here I thought you really did want to try and make things up with Grandpa.
Rachel, please. I really am sorry for everything. But Grandpa refused to give me a single cent. I told him about how much trouble I was in financially, and he told me to figure it out on my own.
And just what is wrong with telling you that, huh? Do you have any idea how much Grandpa has already stuck up for you in the past? But he isn't just a walking ATM for you to go when you need money, you know? You always act like this.
Oh, come on. You think I wanted things to end up like this? It's just that I'll have to pay off my loan soon, and people are waiting for me to do so. Scary people.
Well, this is a mess that you have gotten yourself in, and it is no one else's job but yours to fix it. I don't care what else you have going on in your life. You can't expect Grandpa to bail you out like this. In fact, Grandpa and I are going to cut you off and stop talking to you forever.
You aren't serious about that, right? Please. Don't you think it's just a little much? Can't I at least get my portion of Grandpa's will before he does that?
You really think that Grandpa has a place for you in his will anymore?
Of course he does. I'm his grandson. I have a right to something, right?
You really are delusional if you think you're getting anything from him. I mean, is this really how you think the world works, Troy?
I didn't think that I would end up in this much debt. You have no idea how much trouble I'll be in if I don't pay this all back.
If you borrow money from some shady people, then that is your fault and no one else's, Troy. I mean, do you think it's everyone else's around your job to clean up your messes for you? You are not going to get a single cent from Grandpa after what you've done to him. And you aren't going to get an ounce of pity from me.
So then, I'm really not going to get any money at all.
You're impossible. If that's all you're really interested in, then you really do deserve whatever comes your way. Now, neither Grandpa or I ever want to hear from you again. Do you understand me?
Wait, no, please. You can't just leave me like this. You have to help me. You're all that I have left, Rachel. Please, don't leave me like this. I'm begging you. You have no idea what's going to happen to me if I don't pay this.
After that, Troy and his wife picked up their belongings from the yard, packed as much as they could in their car, and drove off to find a new place to live. It was a few months later that the police found them and arrested them for their debt evasion. They were also arrested for their roles in underground businesses that they had taken up to try and pay back their shadier sources of credit. Troy tried to beg Grandpa and I for help, but we knew that he would just repeat this behavior over and over again. And so we both did nothing. I I picked Grandpa up from Neil's house the night he told me he found my grandpa. We both moved into a large apartment in the city that fit us both. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to give enough support to my grandpa in his old age. But now that we live together, I feel much more at ease about him. And with the money he got from selling his house, we were able to hire a nursing service for while I was away at work. Now that I have Grandpa with me, I want to make sure that nothing like what Troy did to him ever happens again. I'm going to try and make my grandpa as comfortable as I can in his final years. After all, it's the least I can do to start making up for how my brother treated him.
Lucas, can you buy diapers at the store in front of the train station on your way home from work? They're having a sale.
What? Why do I have to? Why can't you go, Jess? You're at home, aren't you?
I'm asking you because I can't go.
Why?
What do you mean by why? Don't you know the situation I'm in right now? I just gave birth to twins. I have no time for that.
Why don't you get it delivered to our place then?
We need to buy diapers for 2 kids. I wanted to try and save money.
It's only a few dollars.
Ordering online is like $10 more expensive. That's not even including delivery.
That's fine, it's only $10. I'm the one paying anyways.
Well, yeah, but we're going to be spending a lot of money on our kids from now on. So isn't it better to try and save where we can? Besides, it's on your way home. You could just stop by and get it.
If you're trying to save money, that's fine by me, but don't involve me in it. I'm busy with work every single day. I come home tired, so running errands for you basically feels like hell.
I'm only asking you to buy diapers.
You go buy them then. Also, you should get to cleaning the house pretty soon. I'm so over having to live in a dirty apartment every day.
I want to clean too, I just have no time because of the twins.
They're newborns, so it shouldn't be that hard. It's not like they're the ones messing up the room. You're the one that's making the mess.
I'm honestly so busy that I get migraines. Taking care of one baby is hard enough, but we have 2. I need you to understand that I'm extra busy because of that.
You should just quickly clean things up after you feed them and change their diapers. Why can't you do that?
There are things that pop up suddenly. It's not like the twins are always calm either. If you have complaints, why don't you help me with the twins a little more?
What do you mean? I changed their diapers.
That's all you do though. Plus, you make me do it when they go number 2. You always push them to me when they start crying.
It's a mother's job to calm down a crying baby.
Who made that rule?
I have to work every day. On top of that, I can't sleep because the twins are crying every night. What else do you want from me? All you do is lounge around at home and take care of babies.
Taking care of babies is the hard part. I don't have time to lounge around either.
Oh, come on. Working a job is so much harder. Besides, you're at home all day. You can relax anytime you want to. I swear, you're being so dramatic.
I'm not being dramatic. Besides, I just gave birth recently. I'm not in the best shape yet and I'm still hurting. That's why I wanted you to make dinner at the very least. Could you do that for me?
Come on. You need to look up to the mothers in this world. Single mothers are working, taking care of their kids, and doing the chores. Compared to that, you're a stay-at-home wife that just takes care of the kids. Now you want me to do the chores too?
I think single mothers are amazing, but our family has you as a father, Lucas. I don't think we should compare a situation to that.
Stop spoiling yourself. I know you worked hard to give birth to the twins, but the game isn't over after childbirth.
I know that.
Then take care of the kids and do the chores properly. If the apartment is dirty when I come home today, I'm not going to help with the twins at all. Make sure you vacuum the living room before I come home today. And do the laundry too. What even is that pile of dirty laundry? What are you even doing at home every single day?
Sorry, I've just been exhausted lately.
That's not my problem. I'm trying to relax on my few days off, but I can't relax the way things are now.
Come on, I really don't feel good. I've barely been getting enough sleep too. I need you to help with the chores or the twins at least a little bit.
Are you joking?
I'm not joking. Why don't you understand? I'm already at my limit.
Why can't you do things that everyone else can do?
I've been trying with the cleaning and other chores as much as I can, but I really have no time to spare when I have to take care of 2 newborns.
Are you sure you're not wasting your time? There are 24 hours in a day. I think that's enough time to complete chores around the house. How unproductive are you?
It's not about productivity. Come on, the twins are our kids. It wouldn't hurt to help as a father a little more.
Who do you think is supporting you guys financially? You guys are able to live the life you're living because I work hard.
I know that, but that and taking care of the kids is a different story.
Why are you complaining about me when I'm already fulfilling my responsibilities? You're a stay-at-home wife. Your responsibility is to do the chores and take care of the kids. Spread yourself out and work harder. It's your job to support me as your husband.
I'm doing my best.
Well, it's not enough. Oh, make sure you take my suit to the cleaners, too.
You should have taken it yourself if you were going to leave the house anyways.
What? It's your job, isn't it? Why do I need to do that?
It's not that hard to bring your own suit to the cleaners, is it?
I told you already. I'm working and making money for our family. What about you? Are you making any money for us?
If you think about chores and taking care of the kids as a job paid by the hour, I would be making a lot of money. I don't get any money for it, but it's just as important.
Are you being serious right now? Listen, the level of your chores and childcaring isn't something anyone would pay money for. Your cooking is half-assed every day, and the kids don't even stop crying when you try to calm them down. In order to make money, you need to do these things at a professional level.
I can't just be perfect at raising a kid from the start. Besides, we have twins. I can't stop both of them from crying at the same time. And the house is dirty because you never help with anything, Lucas.
Are you saying it's my fault? What a terrible woman. Oh, by the way, my mom is coming over tomorrow. Have her teach you a thing or two about cleaning and taking care of children. At the very least, watch her closely so you don't disappoint her. Hey, Jess, the house is a mess. Where did you go without even cleaning?
If you think it's dirty, clean it yourself.
What? What's with that attitude? Cleaning the house is your job. Don't slack off on your responsibilities just because you gave birth. You're a stay-at-home wife. What are you even doing? Didn't my mom come over today? Didn't you learn anything from her?
Cut it out. Right now.
Excuse me?
It's your mother. Come apologize right this second.
What? Mom? Why? Are you really mom? Where's Jess?
Jess is sleeping at my house right now.
What the hell is she doing? And what do you mean apologize?
Lucas, you made Jess work so hard that she passed out from exhaustion. I'm honestly so sorry for Jess's parents. Why aren't you helping her out? The twins are your kids too. Why did you pressure Jess this much?
Pressure? I just want her to do the chores and take care of the twins properly.
You can do the chores and take care of the kids too, can't you?
What? But I'm working.
Your father helped with the chores and everything else after you were born. The period after childbirth is hard as it is. Jess worked so hard to give birth to your kids. Why aren't you being kind to her?
I was being kind. I endured all her half-assed meals, and I even tolerated the pile of laundry for a couple days.
It's only cooking and laundry. Do it yourself. Don't you feel bad for Jess at all? Jess has only been sleeping an hour a day recently. She passed out when I got to your house.
What?
She was probably at her limit at that point. She woke up a couple of hours later and cried to me while apologizing. When I asked her what happened, I found out that you haven't been helping her with a single thing. Jess has already had enough. That's why I brought her back to our house.
So, Jess is fine now?
What makes you think that? She still needs plenty of rest. So your father and I are going to do everything we can to help her. Taking care of twins is so hard. God knows why you didn't help her out. I guess it was a lie when they said that there were more fathers helping out around the house in this generation. Because I have a useless son right here.
I've been helping with changing the diapers too.
Are you stupid? Don't think that's all there is to taking care of a child. Either way, come here immediately to apologize. Jess was honestly pretty cornered. Who knows if she'll even forgive you, though?
Jess, I'm gonna go to my parents' house this weekend. I want to talk to you soon. It's weird that we see each other every week but don't talk, right? I've started helping out with the twins, too. I want us to fix things.
You're right. I've calmed down, too. I think I've been able to organize my thoughts, so let's talk.
Thank you. This weekend I'll cook something for you, Jess. I've actually been looking through recipes. I'll make something that's good for you.
You don't need to cook for me. I'll just need your signature when you come over this weekend.
My signature? Why?
I want to get a divorce.
What? A divorce?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a minute. I regret how I treated you. I even apologized, right?
I couldn't forgive you even after your apology. That's why I want a divorce.
Jess, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about everything.
Forget about it. Saying the same things over and over won't work at this point.
But I can't do anything other than apologize.
That's why I'm saying that I want a divorce. I realized that my life apart from you is so much better. There's no one to complain about the cleaning or the kids. I'd forgotten that I had plenty of people who would be happy to support the twins and I, so I'll be okay.
I won't be okay. I'm only able to work hard because I have you and the twins.
Who do you think is financially supporting you? Didn't you say that to me?
I feel bad for saying that now.
Well, I can't just forget about it that easily. You used me like a slave right after I gave birth. Every time I slacked off on cleaning or taking care of the kids, you would yell at me. I don't want to be with someone like that anymore.
I'm sorry. I was completely wrong, but I don't want us to get a divorce. I know you had to come to that decision because of me, but please, give me another chance. I never understood how hard it was to take care of a child.
I don't believe anything you're saying. You said you're helping out with the twins, but it's only on the weekends when you come over.
I promise I'll earn your trust back somehow. Besides, I'll help out with everything when you guys come back home. I'll do the household chores, too. I won't put everything on you anymore.
You know, you ignored everything I've been telling you, but you listened to your mom? That's what irks me. I mean, I know your mom is a pro at being a mother and has a lot more experience than I do, but why didn't you listen to me? I begged you so many times to help me.
I thought you were just acting spoiled.
And what's wrong with that? Didn't you get married to me because you love me? Aren't the twins your kids? Besides, I would think that you'd notice that I was barely sleeping if we lived together. I decided that I didn't need you as a husband, nor as a father.
I'm truly sorry, but I promise from now on, I'll do my best to be a good husband and father.
You expected me to be perfect at raising a kid from the start. But you're really loose when it comes to yourself, aren't you?
I finally realized how hard it is to take care of twins. I was the one acting spoiled. Now I know how hard you were working for all of us. I'll do anything for you to forgive me. I really do think the twins are adorable. And I love you too, Jess.
If you really did love me, I don't think you would have treated me the way you did.
Well, I'm sorry.
You'll do anything for me to forgive you, right?
A man never takes his words back. If I do something horrible again, I won't stop you from filing a divorce. I'll sign the papers. So please, give me one last chance.
Okay, I forgive you.
What? Really? Jess, thank you. I promise I won't do anything to hurt you ever again.
Why are you expecting us not to get divorced? I'll forgive you for what you did to me, so sign the divorce papers. This is my last request. As a father and husband, you'll grant my last wish, won't you? The divorce talks between my husband and I took quite the journey, but my parents-in-law were on my side, so I was successfully able to get a divorce. My husband would come over during the weekends, but truth be told, he wasn't actually much help with the chores or taking care of the twins. My mother-in-law was so astounded that she got tired of lecturing him. Even if I got back with my husband, who believed he was doing everything he could, it would have gone back to the same situation as before. In my opinion, I had already given him that second chance. So I don't feel guilty about deciding on the divorce. It doesn't change the fact that he is the father of my children. So I do get in contact with him sometimes, but I'm only planning to use them for parental help. I'm going to make sure that he helps out with the child support until the twins are adults too. I left my parents-in-law who had taken great care of me and went back to my parents' house. Honestly, it was harder to leave my parents-in-law than it was to leave my ex-husband. I'm planning to limit the connection I have with my ex-husband to the bare minimum. But I want to keep having a good relationship with my in-laws. And I'd be happy to have them involved in the twins' lives. I'm never going to forget that I have people who support me. And this time, I'm going to work hard while still making sure I don't get sick and raise my children into wonderful people.